All right, welcome back to another walkthrough. In this video, we're going to jump into another section of Turfile that is relatively new, and that is the handbook section. Now, before we get started, as always, I would like to preface that this is just a random golf club. It's not affiliated with Turfile in any way. So the way that I want you to think about the handbook is one map that you can customize fully with your own icons and areas and lines and text that is accessible to your team while they're out in the field. So this is going to help your staff onboard and learn your property quicker, and it's going to allow you to communicate standards in specific locations a lot better than you have been probably before. So as you can see on this property, I already have some stuff mapped out. I have our bunker rake locations, a parking area, our approach cut line, no parking, some tee markers, a bench, maybe a ball washer. Now, if you want to get started mapping out your property like this, the first thing you're going to want to do is jump into the Preferences tab. So click Preferences, and you'll be immediately brought to your objects. Now, these are all the stock objects that come inside of this section. You can adjust the color, adjust the size that they are on the map, rename them if you would like. You can also add your own object with its own name and its own icon. You can even change the icon for these as well. We do accept SVGs. They're just easier to render and they're lightweight. So make sure if you're uploading anything, it's in SVG format. Now, once you're happy with all of your object types, I'd move on to lines. Now, these are things like no traffic or through traffic, or if you want to mark any cut line, or maybe you want to mark out your hazard paint areas. I don't know. The world is your oyster, or the map is your oyster. Now, if you want to add a template, you just click Add Template, choose the color, name it, make the width whatever you'd like. So a higher width is thicker on the map than a thinner one. And you can change the style. So you have 3 options for the style: solid, dashed, or dotted. Then when you're happy, you just click Save. Now, once you have your line template set, you move on to your areas. And your areas are pretty self-explanatory. I have a parking area and no parking setup, but really you can do as many as you would like. And it's the same process. You just click Add Template, name it, choose the outer and the inside color and its opacity, and then you click Save, and you have your templates here. So once you've set up your templates, you're good to start mapping. So maybe I want to communicate to my staff that they should not be driving through here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a line. I'm going to say no traffic, and I'm going to put a line right there, double click to finish. Now, as you can see, it doesn't have any label like these ones do. So I'm going to click in on it. I'm going to turn on the map label. And as you can see, a label shows up. If you want to move this label, you just right click on it and drag it to wherever you want. And then you click the check mark when you're satisfied. So now that we've added a line, maybe let's go ahead and add another bunker rake to a bunker that is currently empty. Maybe it's this one right here. So I'm going to click Add Object. I'm going to choose my object, bunker rake. I'm going to place it where I want by clicking. Now I can click and drag this button to move it. I can click and rotate to change the angle of it on the map. So I like the grips of the rakes on the edge of the bunker with the teeth in the sand. And I'm happy with this, so I'm going to click the check mark. So this bunker rake is there indefinitely, no matter how you move the map. You can click on it. You can upload your own photos, like maybe you have specific photos of this bunker and the bunker rake placements. Maybe you want to give your team some notes specifically about how this bunker rake should be placed, or any other tips that you may have. And what's great is you can do this for all of your objects and lines and areas. It just gives a bit of extra documentation for your team while they're out in the field. You can turn on that map label if you would like, but I'm going to leave it off. And there you have it. Now you can add text to the map like this that is non-interactive for your staff just by clicking add text. Click wherever you want, type in whatever you would like, choose the font size, choose the color, and then just add it to the map. You can click it and delete it as well if you would like. Now you can also create issues on objects. So let's say one of your staff members or yourself is out on the property and they come across this bunker. They've noticed that the handle is chewed up and somebody's going to get a splinter. They can just click on this object, click this little issue icon up top, describe what's going on, add some photos, and then submit the issue. It's the same flow as elsewhere in the Turfile app. You're going to see it pop up in the issue panel. From there, you can assign it to somebody or just solve it. Now, as I mentioned, this is all accessible in the mobile app as well. And you can do everything that we just discussed, even creating your map inside the mobile app. So when you're out on the golf course, you can be taking pictures of things, plopping it on the map for your staff to see. That's really it for the handbook section. I know that it's been pretty popular with some of our early users, rightfully so. And I'm confident that having something like this set up for your team is going to improve your on-course efficiency and consistency. Anyway, that's it for this one. We'll see you next time.